talk to you how to detach from manipulative people. Manipulative people are good at manipulating you. They know how to get to you because they've studied you. They've studied and they've done trial and error, and they've said, if I manipulate this person this way, does that work? Does this work? Okay, I'll try something else. And then boom, I found it. This is the thing that gives this person to give in every single time. And then they know what works with you. And then they use it. And they're willing to use it because they're manipulative. Manipulative people do not know how to ask for what they want without being manipulative, or they don't won't because they don't want to take the risk that you'll say no. When you have the right to say no, that means that they aren't guaranteed to get what they want, and they want what they want when they want it, and they're willing to resort to manipulation. Manipulation is simply not asking you directly. When somebody doesn't want to ask you directly, they want to increase the chances of them getting what they want. They use manipulation, which is to trick you into giving in, to trick you into, to pressure you, to trick you, to bluff you, to blackmail you, whatever it is. And when they use emotional manipulation, it means they know how to elicit an emotion that then will cause you to give in. They know how to elicit fear. They know what you're afraid of. So they'll use that fear and they'll put that fear before you and threaten to do that. And then you're, oh my gosh, I got to do what they are asking. Otherwise, I can't face that fear. I can't risk that that is going to happen. Or they know how to guilt you. They know how to say, oh, you're not a good parent, you're not a good spouse, you're not a good child, whatever it is, they'll use that guilting to get you to say, oh, I must be bad. I'm going to have to give in. Or they'll use the pressure of another person, what they call triangulation, to bring somebody else into it and have that person they'll say, oh, you know what? I talked to my sister about it, and she agrees that you're being ridiculous too, mom. She thinks that you're just really overboard and that you should go along with this and you're being selfish. And then, oh, well, if there's two of you, then I really must be a problem. So how do you do this? How do you detach from a manipulative person? Well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to identify, how does this person manipulate me? Well, actually, even before that, you have to recognize that this person is manipulative. And the way that you do that is you simply ask yourself, is this person asking me directly and allowing me to say no? And if the answer is, I'm not being asked directly, I'm not being given the opportunity to say no really clearly, then it's very likely manipulative. So once you know that this person is manipulative, this person has a track record of being manipulative, then you're going to watch, how does this person manipulate? Do they guilt me? Do they threaten me? Do they make promises? Do they bring in outside people? Do they like, what is it? What is it that they're doing? Do they try to use their power to intimidate me? So once you identify the way that they typically manipulate you, then you watch for it. When it happens, you ask yourself, how am I affected by this manipulation? Do I immediately want to give in? Do I feel angry? Do I doubt myself? Do I get afraid and start anticipating what it would feel like for that to happen? Do I believe whatever threats that they make? What do I do? Do I immediately appease? Do I doubt myself? Just, you've got to know how this person manipulates you and how you respond to it. What makes you give in or want to give in? So then you've got to become resilient or resistant to the manipulation, which means you have to have a plan. You have to know the person manipulates, know how it gets to you, And then you have to say, this is what I'm going to do when the person manipulates me. How about this for a plan? I'm going to not respond, and I'm going to say, I'll get back to you on that. I'll think about it. I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay. And then what can you do? You can call a friend, you can do some journaling, you can go look at your previous journals, you can think it through and get some clarity and remind yourself that yes, this is a manipulation and I do not want to give in to a manipulation. This is a track record, what this person does. This is a boundary for me. Whatever it is, you can go and you can develop a plan. So you've got this plan now. You're going to say, this person manipulates. This is how they do it. This is how I usually give in. This is my plan. So you got to implement that plan, recognize when it happens. Like I said, recognize when it happens, implement the plan. Then here's the most important at this point. You have to detach from the person's reaction. When you do not go along with the manipulation, do you think that the manipulation is going to decrease or increase? Most likely, it is going to get amped up. The person's going to be angry. They're going to be reactive. They're going to double down. They're going to add more. It's going to be worse. They're going to add maybe 2 or 3 different ways of manipulating you. They're going to use their power. They're going to bring in someone else and they're going to threaten you and they're going to guilt you. It's going to be all of those together to see if you'll give in. So detach from their reaction, expect it, expect a reaction, expect it to be amped up to where when you see it, you can kind of sit back, which is what detaching is. So kind of sit back and observe what is happening and think, there it is. That's the reaction. That's the new amped up manipulation to get me to give in. I'm expecting it. It's almost amusing to watch it when it happens, when you are expecting it. And then that's part of that detachment. It's like having this ability to observe without emotionally reacting, to observe and kind of be able to think about it instead of being gripped with fear or gripped with guilt. So then the last thing is you do what you need to do and what you believe is right. You ask yourself, would I agree to this if there were no manipulation? If I wasn't afraid, if I wasn't worried, if I didn't feel pressured, would I say yes? Would I give in? If the answer is no, I would not, you stand strong and you do not give in, because if you do give in, what are you doing? You are teaching the manipulator how to manipulate you. You are reinforcing a manipulative pattern by making it work. If it doesn't work, many times they are likely to give up or try something else or go to someone else. But if it works, you have just told them, this is what you can do. I won't back down right away, but if you throw everything at me and you get upset enough, I will. That is the opposite of what you want to do. You want to detach from this person's reaction. You want to be stronger. You do not want to teach them to manipulate. You want to teach them that a manipulation does not work with you. Okay, so remember, these are the steps to detaching from a manipulative person. You can do it. You just have to be intentional about planning how. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you'll look at my website, look at my classes, look at all of my books, resources, and that you'll check out all of them and find something that will work for you and will get you some additional tools. All of my classes are incredibly reasonable. There is nothing out there as cheap as my classes are, and they give you a ton of information for you to use in your life with the difficult people. Thank you.